Hello, everyone. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States from 1861, led during the Civil War and emancipated slaves in the South in 1863. Shortly after the end, John Wilkes Booth assassinated him. Join us to explore the beautiful quotes of Abraham Lincoln. It will help you overcome obstacles in life. Let's get it on. Folks are usually about as happy as they make their minds up to be. Whatever you are, be a good one. Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. My best friend is a person who will give me a book one have not read. My concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. Books serve to show a man that those original thoughts of his aren't very new after all. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. Whenever I hear anyone arguing for slavery, I feel a strong impulse to see it tried on him personally. There are no bad pictures, that's just how your face looks sometimes. I can see how it might be possible for a man to look down upon the earth and be an atheist, but I cannot conceive how a man could look up into the heavens and say there is no God. Those who look for the bad in people will surely find it. I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. I would rather be a little nobody than to be an evil somebody. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. I have been driven many times upon my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for that day. If I were two-faced, would I be wearing this one? All that I am or ever hope to be, I owe to my angel mother. Character is like a tree, and reputation its shadow. The shadow is what we think it is, and the tree is the real thing. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. The best way to predict your future is to create it. No man is poor who has a godly mother. I laugh because I must not cry. That is all. That is all. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Tact the ability to describe others as they see themselves. Elections belong to the people. It's their decision. If they decide to turn their back on the fire and burn their behinds, then they will just have to sit on their blisters. I will prepare, and someday my chance will come. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. My father taught me to work, but not to love it. I never did like to work, and I don't deny it. I'd rather read, tell stories, crack jokes, talk, laugh, anything but work. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. I care not for a man's religion whose dog and cat are not the better for it. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Every man's happiness is his own responsibility. I am in favor of animal rights as well as human rights. That is the way of a whole human being. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. It's not me who can't keep a secret. It's the people I tell that can't. The Lord prefers common-looking people. That is why He made so many of them. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. You have to do your own growing no matter how tall your grandfather was. You cannot help people permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. You can tell the greatness of a man by what makes him angry. If this is coffee, please bring me some tea, but if this is tea, please bring me some coffee. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts and beer. It is difficult to make a man miserable while he feels worthy of himself and claims kindred to the great God who made him. I am not concerned that you have fallen, I am concerned that you arise. To ease another's heartache is to forget one's own. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. I don't know who my grandfather was. I am much more concerned to know what his grandson will be. When I get ready to talk to people, I spend 2/3 of the time thinking what they want to hear and 1/3 thinking about what I want to say. Be with a leader when he is right. Stay with him when he is still right, but leave him when he is wrong. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. No matter how much the cats fight, there always seem to be plenty of kittens. We should be too big to take offense and too noble to give it. The Bible is not my book, nor Christianity my profession. I could never give assent to the long, complicated statements of Christian dogma. If there is anything that links the human to the divine, it is the courage to stand by a principle when everybody else rejects it. I have come to the conclusion never again to think of marrying, and for this reason, I can never be satisfied with anyone who would be blockhead enough to have me. You can have anything you want if you want it badly enough. You can be anything you want to be, do anything you set out to accomplish if you hold to that desire with singleness of purpose. The greatest fine art of the future will be the making of a comfortable living from a small piece of land. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Hypocrite the man who murdered his parents and then pleaded for mercy on the grounds that he was an orphan. Honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his country's cause. Honor also to the citizen who cares for his brother in the field and serves, as he best can, the same cause. When I may, I want it said of me by those who knew me best, that I always plucked a thistle and planted a flower where I thought a flower would grow. If this country is ever demoralized, it will come from trying to live without work. Stand with anyone that is right, stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he goes wrong. You cannot build character and courage by taking away people's initiative and independence. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves, and under a just God cannot retain it. Those who write clearly have readers. Those who write obscurely have commentators. Republicans are for both the man and the dollar, but in case of conflict, the man before the dollar. Don't interfere with anything in the Constitution. That must be maintained, for it is the only safeguard of our liberties. We the people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. Let us have faith that right makes might, and in that faith let us, to the end, dare to do our duty as we understand it. That some achieve great success is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. In times like the present, men should utter nothing for which they would not willingly be responsible through time and eternity. If friendship is your weakest point, then you are the strongest person in the world. You can't make a weak man strong by making a strong man weak. You cannot lift the wage earner up by pulling the wage payer down. I believe the Bible is the best gift God has ever given to man. All the good from the Savior of the world is communicated to us through this book. Congressmen who willfully take action during wartime that damages morale and undermine the military are saboteurs and should be arrested, exiled, or hung. And in the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation is the philosophy of government in the next. I know there is a God, and that He hates injustice and slavery. I see the storm coming, and I know that His hand is in it. If He has a place and work for me, and I think He has, I believe I am ready. It often requires more courage to dare to do right than to fear to do wrong. Don't worry when you are not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition. Thank you for watching the entire video. Please comment to let us know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest videos. See you soon.